Good afternoon, and we're broadcasting live deep below the surface of the crust of the earth on this election night. Here, this is the Crayola Well, no, never mind. Scratch that. This is CSHR Radio Random Happenings.
That's okay.
I just screwed that all up. Anyway.
Your Pelican media representatives.
Just like our country, Western society, in this election season, it's all over now.
Yeah, it's all over now. Might as well just shut everything down. Let me go ahead and turn everything off here.
Here, Jackie is looking like her Sunday best, and this is what happens.
Look at me, just looking like Obadiah Strain from Iron Man.
I'm just saying, it was a lot better than the Casper look a few weeks ago. Anyhow, welcome to the show, everybody. Well, of course, we got Mr. Of course, we got the man. Hold on the ones and twos, Mr. Scott Sonier. And
What?
And
are you okay over there, or what happened there?
Harsh is trying to be all weird with his sweater vest.
Sweater vest?
Well, shirt over a shirt. It's a t-shirt over a t-shirt.
That's just a...
Well, it's his undershirt.
Yeah. And the bottom line is, and of course you have everyone's favorite evil ginger dwarf herself, Canada's best, Jackie Hyde.
Evil.
I mean, you kind of are, but technically speaking.
Current election results. Trump is leading Harris 178 electoral votes to 113. The battleground states right now are currently looking like Virginia, North Carolina, and Georgia, where, guess what? Trump is leading in those too.
Yeah. Okay, so how many do they get? How many do they need? Like in Canada, we have an automatic win. Like if they achieve X amount of seats, like they don't even bother counting anymore. Like it's done. It's over.
That's
is there a number for the United States?
There is. It's
270. You have to have 270 electoral votes in order to win the presidency.
That's correct.
And it also looks like Republicans are taking the Senate and also the House. So if this is a full Republican government, we might be in trouble.
Well, it's better than having a split government. I don't know about you, but when you get a like up here, when we get a minority, that's a no-go. That's bad. That is really bad. It winds up being a really shitty 4 years.
No.
Max was here, but he's having technical difficulties. We screamed at him for about 20 minutes and he couldn't hear us. So. What are you looking at, Harsh?
No, we're just looking at the pages it's streaming to. Interesting number today. Now.
Why? What's wrong with the pages?
There's no CSH. It's not even streamed to CSHR Radio.
Why didn't you stream it to it?
It's your job to make the link.
Oh, I had it made for that, but anyway, the point
you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to get written up.
I know.
Add it to the page, man.
We
got people that normally watch on that page that don't even know we're live right now.
I know. I noticed. I'm like, wait a second.
Wait, I don't even see the page in the. Where is the page?
Yeah. But then again,
Harsh got troll excited and it affected our work. I'm just saying.
What did you do, Harsh? The page is not even here.
Harsh got troll excited and it affected everybody's work. Some of your destinations have errors.
Okay. All right. Well, hang on. Well, someone sent a link to Hoey's chat to let him know where we are.
I'm not in his chat.
I'm not in his
chat. I'm about to add you to it.
Don't.
I'm not.
Thank you.
There you go.
It has nothing to do with the Hoey of it all. I'm like on the verge of deleting all of Facebook. So like literally deleting it, not just deactivate it, like delete. You muted yourself.
Random happenings now. We are not CSHR Random Happenings now. We are not on the radio station. What happened with that?
I don't know. I didn't remove me. Who removed me?
I didn't even touch shit yet.
I know. I tried to mute myself a second ago, so that was that.
You guys are doing things with things and stuff, and I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
I didn't touch anything.
Yeah, that might have been myself on accident. Anyhow.
Yeah, I bet it was an accident. Sure, it was. Harsh, don't lie.
I like removing Jackie on purpose because she's evil. The point is,
You know, I was gonna remove myself, like about when I turned my camera off and all that. I was gonna remove myself, but I just left myself there. And
I know.
thank you for doing it for me.
I know. You're welcome, Jacqueline. Anyhow, so we're live back. We're live back on the air now. Let's see some of the election results according to I don't know which site you want to use tonight.
Let's see what bombings have been.
We're contractually obligated to use Fox News.
Okay.
So that's where we're getting our coverage from right now.
Yeah, well, we got to make the boomers happy.
Replace a stapler with a mongoose. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Not to be fair, staplers are less useful than a mongoose these days. So.
All right, Hoey found us on the CSHR Random Happenings page. Let's see. Well, currently, right now, Trump is leading Harris 178 to 113. He's also got grip of the popular vote. But there is still some battleground states out there. There's still Georgia that's undecided, which it looks like it's going to be Trump. There's North Carolina that's still undecided, which is also looking like it's going to be Trump. And then Virginia.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Who wrote in Hoey Hyde? Did anybody write it in?
And Trump is also looking like he's starting to swing Pennsylvania. Just by watching it from the last 45 minutes I've been watching it. Currently, Harsh, could you switch to the Senate? Is Harsh even here?
No, Harsh went on vacation.
Oh, God. All right, well, I'm going to boot Harsh's presentation and put mine up here so we can do all of it. Jesus. There we go. See, mine even looks better. But currently, the Senate is leaning towards the Republicans, and so is the House. Fox News is already reporting that Trump won the race. It's 178 to 113. As you can see, the interactive map up there right now. They need 270 votes to be the presidente. El presidente.
Yeah, you can't announce that he's won yet. You know, like that's just getting excited.
That's just Fox. Fox has a bad habit of doing stuff like that. See, Harshmad's presentation still there. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Quits in the middle.
Yeah, I know. He just quits in the middle of his own live stream. This is his live stream, by the way. You know that, right?
Oh, I do know that.
It's mine and his, kind of, sort of, but this is traditionally his live stream.
I see. I seem to think that it's kind of mine and yours at this point. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. But
let's see, what else have we got going on here?
What's going on with those bombings? I've heard whispers, and I ditched out in the middle of a conversation about them, but I've seen headlines.
Okay, supposedly a bunch of bomb threats were called in a bunch of precincts, voting precincts, and they were supposedly quote unquote Russian bomb threats. You know,
yeah, because I was reading they were coming from like a Russian server.
Right.
Or like a Russian email or something like that. So like whoever was doing it was rerouting.
Yeah, so that you know what that means. That means that Russia's for Trump again, or Trump is colluding with Russia according to the idiots.
So basically, if you express any sort of economic literacy at all, you're a Russian operative.
Right, pretty much. Yeah, that's basically how it works.
And you wonder why the elites want to genocide most of the public. It's like, I kind of understand where they're coming from.
You can't say stuff like that.
I'm sorry. But if people consent to their death, just give them what they want. Who cares?
Good afternoon, Miss Ruth. Or good evening, Miss Ruth. How are you today? Oh, he says there's an ICBM test this evening on the West Coast. People are going
Isn't
to
that
freak
like
out.
the name of a computer?
No, that's IBM, not ICBM.
Okay, what the
ICBM
hell?
stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missile.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's only the North Koreans. Whatever. The same old.
It's from the
story.
North Koreans, so that just means it basically emulates the quote-unquote red rocket.
Are we sure that
And-
the Koreans just aren't gonna like be launching fireworks in celebration for the election? It's kind of what it sounds like to me.
I mean,
Good afternoon or evening, Miss Jennifer, as well.
hello
Depends
there.
on what part of the country you're in.
Yeah,
How is everyone? I am feeling absolutely like garbage,
as
but
usual.
that's normal for me. So, how is everybody's election night going so far? All I'm going to say is that regardless of who wins, people, please don't buy up all the toilet paper this time. Y'all
I'm
have a
just a
tendency to buy up
Canadian.
toilet paper every time something bad happens. Please don't buy all the toilet paper up. That's all I'm asking for.
But you don't really need it.
All right.
I think the funniest thing during all of that was watching all of these people trying to return all the toilet paper they bought back to Costco. That was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You guys do funny things for elections.
Yeah. Oh, Howie, knowing Howie, he's planning the party of the decade.
Hoey camped out at his poll site this morning, like it was the release of a new iPhone.
Well, I'm sure he did, and now he's probably got the measuring tape ready to go and engineering it, electioneering everybody.
He was outside of the polling place, barbecuing, drinking beer, having fun,
It's like, see, if you vote for this guy, you get free barbecue.
cutting donuts in his Mustang out in the parking lot.
Typical Howie trying to rig the election in Middle America.
Hoey is the Russian collusion.
He really is. No, he looks like a Russian anyway. I'm just saying, he looks like a middle-aged like.
It's really funny watching stereotypes call stereotypes stereotypes.
I mean,
I'm proud to say I'm a stereotype.
if
I
I
don't
was
care.
a stereotype, I wouldn't be here.
I
mean,
don't
I'm
know
a
why I look
Canadian
like
sitting here for
Obadiah.
American politics.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here looking like Obadiah Strain from Iron Man.
yeah. I'm not successful enough to be a stereotype, so.
He said I totally about wore a trash bag.
Yeah, that sounds like Howie.
Garbage 2024.
I read that in a Canadian accent in my head for giggles.
The Hoey High 2024 background right there.
And his poker
Hoey has
table.
too much hair in that picture. He's.
I'm
Yeah,
kind
so
of
waiting for Harsh to
disappointed.
fall on the floor.
I'm
Harsh, don't fall
disappointed
out
in
your chair,
Hoey.
please.
Like,
Why?
why would you dye your beard but not the rest of your hair?
It's Howie. Why are you asking Howie about Howie logic? He doesn't have any.
Yeah, Trump just bumped up to 195 electoral votes. Harris is still sitting at 113.
You're talking about a guy who cries about like Notre Dame football when he never even went to Notre Dame. Like, what do you like? What do you expect?
I co-sign this. It's the
Yeah.
stress of dealing with Harsh.
You know
Yes.
what? Tough times make great people. Okay, I am trying to elevate everybody in these circles. Damn it! It is a Michael Jordan effect. All right. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm white. Hi.
Okay. If you can't deal with someone like me, you're not gonna make it in life. I'm sorry. Okay.
Luckily, I've only met one of you, so I think I'm safe.
Well, I don't know if you should be telling people that, but anyhow, it's the top one, great. God, I remember one time Hoey was in a group chat and he dealt with some troll, and all of a sudden he shaves his head bald the next day, and I'm like, what is wrong with this guy?
It's Hoey.
No, but it's so weird.
How close is the popular vote right now?
The popular vote is actually Trump. He's leading Biden by 3 million votes, roughly.
Yeah.
Race for the Senate, Republicans 46, Democrats 37 seats in the Senate. House is also leaning towards Republicans with 78 seats in the House, Democrats with 57.
Shouldn't we just be displaying some of these?
It is displaying if you actually paid attention to the tickers.
No, I'm saying in our show instead of just the.
No, not really, because I really don't care that much.
Oh, okay. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. The map, not the ticker.
No. Let me do my job the way I feel like doing it, okay?
Fine.
Fine.
Well, they're fine.
Fine. Fine. You can't tell me what to do over here, okay?
I'll tell you that. No, we're not doing that.
No, please don't.
No.
I got enough of a headache already.
Yeah, no.
See, look, you see the ticker at the bottom?
Yes, I do see the ticker. Yes.
Jeez.
That's not what I meant, though, but yes.
Now you'll live. There we go. Look, now there's the presidency at the bottom. See? It's all fancy and nice looking.
I know. Nice.
Okay, I mean, but we can show it too, you know, like here, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why is everybody trying to kill the dog?
Oh, no, that's just one of them barking because one dog took a toy away from another dog.
Okay, all I hear is a dying animal in the background.
That was actually Dixie probably mad at Pluto for stealing one of her toys. Yeah, there's not really a lot of precincts reporting right now. But this number right here, this is the kicker. Because, I mean, Trump's already at 195. So, I mean, this is still by far not a decided election. But, however, if you go into these states and look, now these were supposedly quote-unquote battleground states. But everybody remembers the last hurricane that went through, where FEMA gave everyone $750 that lost their homes. It wouldn't help them any other way because they said they were out of money. But yet they have billions of dollars to send to Ukraine. So I'm pretty sure that raised a lot of questions in people's minds. I mean, I don't know. It's still a very close race. I'm not going to sit here and say, I mean, Fox News is already saying Trump's won.
So how is Hillary Clinton going to respond to this if Kamala somehow, by some slip of fate, pulls a hat trick out of her ass somehow and wins this and becomes the first female president? Like, is that going to hurt Hillary Clinton's feelings? Like,
no, absolutely not. She's going to have her own office in the White House if that happens.
Knowing her, she's probably planning Tim Walz's resignation as we speak.
Right.
Knowing her,
either that or she's going to be Secretary of State again.
Not with her. There's always. I mean, she's the type of person where 99% of the time, if she wants to be president, she'll make herself president.
She'll make herself president.
Curiosity, like.
Oh no, I've been discussing this possibility with Scott off and on for the last 2-3 years, where we're basically saying the only reason Hillary's not president right now, she doesn't want to take responsibility for what's happening in the country. But if she did, she would have already made herself president by at least a year ago.
Hoey, if you look at the screen, it'll show the popular vote underneath each candidate.
It's Hoey.
Sterilize Harsh 2025.
Freaking Ross, you mayonnaise worshipping weirdo.
I would hope more than 3 million Biden isn't on the ballot. What?
He's been drinking since he was outside the voting station, remember?
Oh yeah, like 7 a.m. Yeah. No, it's probably 6 a.m. Knowing how those laws are.
Jackie, we don't need that even put out there to man. What is he talking about? Hoey, please type in English.
Purely asking a question, just wondering like if she would somehow wind up dead because of it. That's all. I was just wondering.
Oh no, she's a lizard. She won't. She's a reptilian. She won't die like that. Unfortunately.
What makes her reptilian? Just because she's small does not make her a reptile.
Well, I was talking about the freaking weird lady dying because she becomes president and Hillary gets upset and kills her. That's all I was saying.
Well, I mean, she could always molt.
Right. That's what I was saying too, and not so many words.
No, it's not because I'm behind on the comments. It's because you're not typing English.
Hoey, Hoey says, Jackie, we don't need that there. We don't need that even put out there to manifest. No, I know exactly what he was saying. Yeah. Yeah, if Hillary Clinton wanted to force her way into the White House, she could do that anytime a Democrat's in office.
Well, like I was trying to tell Max.
Right.
What I was trying to tell Max earlier, I mean, it really doesn't matter who gets elected, but
no.
Harris shouldn't even be on the ballot because she wasn't elected in any primaries to be a nominee for presidency.
No.
You know, and they literally took that option away from the Democrats on Biden's side, which to me is horrible. Because, I mean, how are you going to sit there and just drop out of a race and just throw somebody else in there and then go, oh, she's the candidate for the Democrats? Technically, no, she's not. They didn't vote for her.
Yeah, but is that really any different than what they did in 2016 and 2020? Instead of the Democrats pretending to be about democracy and pretending to have a fair primary, they're just like, screw it all together. Now that the veneer's ripped off, let's just do it this way. Like that's kind of what they did in 2016 too. You know, when they had the super delegates in Clinton's favor before the first day of voting even began. So I mean, it's just back in 2016. So it's not like they made it very clear in the DNC fraud lawsuit that they have the right to do what they did this year with Harris. They have the right to go in a cigar smoke filled room and handpick a candidate for the people to run for president. They made that. They made that abundantly clear in the last 7-8 years. So they don't.
Okay, this is kind of strange.
Yeah, with Maine and Nebraska, for some reason they have a different system when it comes to electoral votes, where not all the electoral votes will go to a candidate if they win. They usually split them up.
Justin wants to have you deported.
God, Justin, you're more likely to get deported than I would. Trump loves my kind. Trump Brown noses the Indian community more than anyone else.
I'm just saying the ones with Mexico.
He's been building walls trying to keep your people out, Justin. I mean, come on now.
I know.
Let's see.
Just turn it into a dog.
No.
That'll calm everything down.
Jesus. This is the funny one for me right here. Georgia.
Georgia.
Which is not traditionally red.
No.
But, hey. Harris leads in New Mexico. Harris leads in Colorado. They already gave it Wyoming to Trump, and they don't have anything reporting. That's right. North Dakota, he won by a landslide. Oh, he says send them back. They got to go back. You know what? I'm tired of your shit. Goodbye.
Yeah. I remember when Justin Del Toro used to actually be funny.
That's been a long time ago. Ever since his girl cucked him, you know, his e-girlfriend cucked him, he hasn't been the same.
No, he really hasn't. He's just a shell of himself, sadly.
I mean, anytime somebody sits there and writes weird ass techno love songs for somebody the whole time she's getting knocked up, it's just not good business.
No. Yeah.
Now all I can hear is Rubber Ducky. Thank you.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Like, why do we have to, okay, let's redirect this. Let's redirect this. This is not okay.
Robert,
I'm done with this.
Oh, fine.
He's probably sitting there. I know he's still watching the live stream because when you block somebody, you just can't comment.
Yeah,
anymore.
Hoey did that already when I blocked him.
We found that out from Hoey. So enjoy the show, Justin, from your backstage of silence right there. You're welcome. Anything we can do to help. She did, bro. I mean, that's exactly what happened.
Literally. Literally.
He couldn't drive an hour to go see her, but yet she's sitting there getting cream pied by her ex the entire time. He didn't even know.
It was so bad when that happened that he had the meltdown of all meltdowns. I started blocking everybody for that. It's like, bro, I didn't even say anything.
Harsh didn't even talk to him and he got blocked.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Why did he block me? I didn't even say anything.
I'm like, okay then.
Guilty by association.
Yeah,
That's how they deal with all these things. You're guilty by association.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Harsh always gets the bad end of the stick from my crap. Like I can go and mess with somebody.
But
I can go mess with somebody, Harsh gets blocked.
Yeah.
Scott.
And when I go mess with somebody, everyone just, tries to pick on Scott. So it's like,
It's weird.
yeah.
Hoey says, I know at least he wasn't on the ring cam.
No one told him. Maybe he wishes he was on a ring cam.
Oh, poor Ricky.
I remember Shy saying that she didn't want him to come over there. That's why, that's why he never came. She was too busy with her ex.
Yeah. I don't blame her.
Can you imagine somebody shows up at your house looking like Johnny Cab from Total Recall, the early 90s Total Recall? I have a picture of him somewhere where he looks like the Johnny Cab driver. He has some kind of weird hat on and he looks like the guy that, the little robot in the car. Hi, I'm Johnny Cab. Tell me where you want to go and I'll take you anywhere. The AP still hasn't called it. Fox is calling it for Trump. It's still too close to call. I don't understand why these people are doing that. I mean, Trump does have the popular vote right now, though.
Yeah.
We are dating. Yeah, they were dating, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's too much to even. I don't even want to make them. I mean, I guess Del Toro was Megan Hall's. It was Megan Hall's husband, I suppose. I don't know. He was.
Oh,
that's all you could say. It's like.
They haven't called it on the web either.
Right.
He's saying Fox didn't call it on TV. Like, Fox hasn't called it on TV, though.
Yeah, but on the wire, they're calling it.
On the... Wait, they already got...
The news wire.
Oh.
Because I'm reading that as it scrolls through on my other screen over here.
Which states?
Or this screen over here. They're calling Pennsylvania for Trump, but Trump looks like he's got 44% of the vote, and Harris is still leading him by 55. But that's only with 27% of the precincts in. If he swings Pennsylvania, it's going to be a very, very, very tight race at that point.
Yeah, because right now Trump's even leading Minnesota of all places.
Yep. He's actually got leading by a pretty good margin in Minnesota.
Yeah. I know it's less than 1% of the vote, but that's still rather surprising. That's like the 1970s. I mean,
Wisconsin is leading towards Harris.
yeah.
So all the people that wear cheese hats makes sense.
Yeah.
That's actually a thing.
Yeah, sadly.
Yes, they wear. The Packers fans wears these wedges of cheese that's made into a hat, and it's.
David Miller does that too. Yeah.
Oh, he wears the cheese hat?
He's a Packer. He's been a long time Packer fan.
What kind of Packer are we talking about? Like football Packer or
yeah.
fudge?
Yes. Well,
okay, just
David
making sure.
Miller, but yeah, he's been a long time fan.
I mean, I do have a picture of David swinging on a pole, so that's why I asked that question. You know.
Well, I mean, with David's probably both, but you know, especially, but he has been a fan of the Green Bay Packers forever.
Where is he anyway?
Hey, man, I only did that because my girlfriend wanted me to do that. Wanted me to see me do that. Okay.
How did you even get to that discussion? Like, were y'all talking one day and she's like, "Hey, you know, I was thinking about being a stripper," and he just said, "Oh, you should see me swing around on a pole." You know, I mean, how did that even come about? There was the Lions fan last weekend that wore a cheese grater hat.
Oh, that. That's
destroyed,
great. Yeah, they destroyed Green Bay last week, 24-14. It was 24-3, and then you know that was bad. We should have. You know who should join this since he'd be really happy?
Who's that?
Howie.
No. This is already a train wreck of a show as it is. Let's not make it worse.
It's always a train wreck.
Yeah, but let's not make it worse. I mean, right now we just hit a bus of nuns. Okay, that's our current train wreck.
Awesome.
If Hoey was on the show, they would be escorting orphans that somehow got ran over by the train too.
Yeah, but
so
Howie,
we don't want to.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to hear Hoey like on air just white knighting for Trump. It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay, but we need somebody that's voting for the other one to join.
If you want to subject yourself to that sort of torture, that's fine by me. You can moderate that show, Jackie.
I'm just saying you can't white knight it. There's nobody here attacking him. Just saying.
Well, I'm sure I'm sure maybe we could, you know.
Yeah, we were told that you were the first person to vote in your precinct.
Yep.
That was the going rumor, Hoey. I don't know if that's true or not. Can you confirm that for us? Were you the first person at your precinct?
I feel like some really old, decrepit people beat him there.
Justin, if you really want to be on the show that bad, you can call the phone number. It's open.
What did he say?
Nothing. I'm just saying, if you know, he was determined to be in the comments. So if he wants to talk live, he can.
He'll use some AI thing to do all the work. And I don't want to listen to an AI computer talking.
Not the first, but early enough. No line. Well, I mean, to be fair, you voted in where? Kansas?
Yep.
Yeah, there's only like 8 people in Kansas. So there shouldn't have been a line.
No. Well, I mean, if you vote at like 5 or 6 in the morning, you won't have a line either. So I
Let's
can't believe
see.
I can't believe I used to be an election judge for these sorts of events. That's insane. That's insane.
I'm kind of surprised Hoey didn't early vote.
Absentee vote.
Hoey says it was like 8:30. LOL. Lies. It was not 8:30. It was like 5:30. Or no one.
Hoey was out there before the sun came up.
Yeah, Hoey was there at like 4:30 in the morning, tailgating, waiting for the polls to open.
Like it was a football game.
Notre Dame may never win a national championship, but this is the closest thing you'll ever feel to that.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Jesus.
LOL. Why did I think of that? Lies. Now I know he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's not tailgating. All right.
After he voted, he did a victory donut in his Mustang in the parking lot.
If Hoey didn't tailgate for today's election, then Justin Del Toro was Muslim.
Well, I mean, he doesn't look Mexican, to be fair. He probably is Muslim and just changed his last name.
Yes.
So he could fit in with the rest of everybody.
Oh. I mean,
Max says he's about 5 minutes away from his computer.
Poor Max.
Well, he tried to join on cell earlier, and he couldn't hear us at all. And me and Jackie just spent like 10 minutes yelling Max. So...
Yeah.
He kept talking to himself through like robotic.
Yeah, he just kept talking, and we kept removing him from the stage, and then Jackie muted him a few times, and he never even noticed. Every time you'd unmute him, he was still talking. It was great. Michigan is getting tight. Yeah, well, Hoey, I got the results right here. I mean, we can see that too, you know. I'm not even putting the tickers up anymore because Harsh complained. This should be on the screen, not in the ticker.
It's not about me. It's about, the sponsors and them. Scooter. Just,
So what's your prediction, Harsh? Who do you think is going to win this?
I mean, probably Trump. I mean, I think Trump's going to win just so liberals have a reason to riot in the cities again. Because if Trump loses, then everything's going to be too peaceful until, next January. So
too peaceful?
Yeah, it'll be too peaceful for the ones in power. So at least if Trump wins, everyone will go crazy.
And the popular vote, Trump is now leading Kamala by 4 million votes, roughly.
Plus, it doesn't help.
3 million and some change.
Plus, it doesn't help that Harris is in office right now, and she's not trying to do anything that she supposedly promised to do. So
you see, but that's the thing I don't get. She claimed that she's going to do all of these things if she gets elected. Where have you been for the last 4 years, lady?
Right, especially when you had the, when you had like that, the majority of the House and the Senate in the first 2 years of the term. And even now, she could just go to, Sleepy Joe and just be like, hey, sign these things and sign these executive orders into law. I don't care. Just do them. You're not running for office anymore anyway. Who cares? Just do it. Make me look good.
She could probably just put it there and go, hey, this is the dinner order for next week's state dinner. Could you sign it for me? And
that's all. That's all she has to do. But instead, she wants to set the record for the most tie-breaking votes in the Senate, and then claim she can't do anything because of Congress. It's like that makes no sense.
But that's what I was saying. It's how can you claim you're going to do all these things when you've been in there for 4 years and didn't do anything? And then how is it that someone asks you a question and the only thing you can do is talk in circles? And you never answer the question. I have not heard that woman answer one question since she started her campaign.
It was so bad for her. She was more quiet on the campaign trail than Biden was 4 years ago. I mean, she went like 2 months without doing an interview.
Well, it's not only that. I mean, have you seen some of the responses she's had to some of these questions?
Yeah.
And almost every response starts off with, I was raised in a middle class family. Come on.
Yeah.
You can leave that out. You know, we get your bleeding heart and whatever, but yeah, we don't care.
All right. Well,
Just do your job.
I hate the fact Harris is Indian. I hate that. Then again, it makes sense. I mean, I won't get into the
Well,
Indian
why does it
diaspora.
make sense?
I won't get into the Indian diaspora things tonight, but I'll just leave that alone. I will just leave that alone. I will leave that alone. Instead, let's put as many black people on here as possible to denounce the fact she's not black. Let's just do that instead.
Joey says, "Harsh, she's black now, not Indian." Yeah, because she switches once a month.
No.
Max did not add himself. Don't do that to him. He's still busy. He was trying to do it himself. Oh, this is perfect for me. The CSHR radio banner at the top for W Energy is covering me up. I like it. That's awesome. It's wonderful.
Hoey says, how's she going to do anything with the Republican House and Senate, LOL? Well, there's these things called executive orders that the president is allowed to sign. If she's that influential, she could just make Biden sign everything she wants. And even if
look at the Senate race right now.
Ooh. And even if the executive orders get rejected, she could just make him do that again and again and again until January 20th. So,
the House is looking pretty.
All right. I love how Hoey says, "Harsh, she's black now, not Indian."
Yeah. Yeah, she switches once a month. You didn't know that?
I know. Well, I mean, it's good because once she started telling people she was Tamilian, Tamil, all of a sudden everyone thought she was a snob. So it makes sense.
I mean, Max is sitting there eating. I didn't want to, disturb his dinner.
Y'all good? I got the mic on mute. I'm just sitting here listening to the shit show.
Yeah. Hey, Max, I got a question. Do you consider Kamala Harris to be black?
Why would you ask the black guy on the show that?
As an authentic black person, we give her back to the white people.
I don't know.
No.
No, I agree. Give her back to the white people. Give her back to the white people. I agree, Max. She's not Indian
give her
either.
back to the Indians. We don't want her either.
No. She's white. Jackie, you must take her immediately.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Give her back to the Indians.
Y'all have no clue how long I've been waiting to say that. And
That's
to see
why
somebody and to see a comment from Hoey like that.
That's why.
As the white guy, we don't claim her.
As much as I'm not fond of Tamil people. They're not that. They're good people. They're not that bad to create someone like Harris. Okay, I'm sorry. Harris is.
Quit that, Jackie.
Listen, all I know is this lamb holla bowl is busting.
How about this? How about she converts to Islam and we send her to the Middle East?
I mean, she would blend in with them.
So she can Allah Akbar or something?
She'd be
Yeah,
better
why
at
not?
that. Yeah, she'd be better at that than anything else.
Oh,
No, she would word soup that into an explosion.
She's gonna be the female Osama.
Yeah, might as well.
Female Osama.
Might as well.
Jesus.
But if he got the Twin Towers, what is she gonna get? The Trump Tower.
Trump's creeping up to her in Pennsylvania, looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, Trump gonna win Pennsylvania. They don't like color folks down there.
Well,
especially not in State College, Pennsylvania. I know.
No. They always used to say about Pennsylvania, it's Alabama, but it's Alabama with Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. So,
bro, when I got arrested in State College, bro, I was amazed. I seen so many Oriental people. Like, damn.
What can I say? The Asians are smart.
Not if they're in prison, they're not.
No. I wasn't in prison.
State College.
Oh.
Penn State he is talking about.
Oh, Penn State.
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, State College, Pennsylvania.
Although to be fair,
I'm sorry, Max. I mean, the whole prison thing is because you're black. I'm sorry.
Well,
I mean, and he
I
did
get confused
preface
sometimes.
it with when he got arrested.
and to be fair,
Yeah.
they were calling it State Penn after the Sandusky scandal, so there is that. I'm just saying, you're not completely off base. It's just,
Oh, he says LOL, Max. Kennedy's still getting votes in Wisconsin. Kennedy dropped out of the race. Why are they voting him?
I guess they didn't take his name off the ballot in time.
Just another way to screw with it.
Well, that's my state right there. I knew that was going to happen.
I just realized if no one gets to 270, that means Harris would be president. According to the
Yeah, because she's the
Constitution.
sitting vice president.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned this to Harsh earlier, but they've admitted already that they undercounted Florida in the 2021 census or the 2020 census.
Yeah.
So technically, Florida should have 2 more electoral votes. New York should have lost one, and so should have Delaware because of population reasons. But yet they never changed it.
No.
It's still the way it is. So really and truthfully, that opens the door on both sides for both of them to take that to the Supreme Court.
Well, to be fair, they may be changing the rules they may end up redistributing congressional districts at the end of the decade anyway. So they may end up having more.
They've needed to redesignate congressional districts for a long time, though.
Right, but every 10 years they do that, and it's still a mess.
But that's because they don't pay attention to what's actually going on.
Max, this is for you. Jennifer says, "Hi, Max. I recognize you from way back. You were dealing with stones and crystals back then. Are you still?"
That is a very great question, and it's actually very funny that somebody asked that question.
Yes.
It actually is. Had I caught a cool moment at work, I was actually going to do a live stream from work. To answer the question, yes, I still am. Although, due to recent experiences, I've just kept it private.
That's probably for the best.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I have some of those too, and I don't put them on the show or anything.
Not them type of experiences. Like, somebody went and evidently went Googling and found like one of my tarot reading ads or something.
Oh.
And I actually recently got a phone call and it was really weird. It was like real weird.
Yeah.
No, I do not play D&D, although I have wanted to meet friends that could teach me how to play D&D.
Oh, we could probably teach you how to play D&D. He's like, "Hey, Max, do you play D&D too? We could play a game together."
I wanted to touch on this comment right here because you do realize if Kamala gets elected, that's exactly what she's planning to do, is make the illegals legal.
You know what's the ironic part about that strategy? In about a few election cycles, once they become legalized, they'd all vote conservative because of their religious beliefs anyway.
That's not fully true.
No.
Up here, they vote immediately for the liberal side because of the benefits that they receive.
Right,
they want to
now,
continue to receive them.
I'm saying later on, when it comes to certain issues, they are very. I'm saying, especially the ones coming from south of the border, they're not. They're pretty religious, and they're not exactly fans of certain issues that Harris has been clamoring on. So
yeah, but be that as it may, these people are still they still are getting everything.
Right.
So I mean, as long as, and that's exactly what I'm saying right there. What Hoey just knocked on it right there. You won't bite the hand that feeds you.
not right now, but I'm saying like a few election cycles down the road. I'm not saying.
But who's to say in those few election cycles that this country won't be so royally screwed by that point it wouldn't matter?
Well, yeah, that is true. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the last election cycles we have in this country.
I mean, I don't really see a good outcome coming from this election, regardless of who gets elected. Because if Trump wins, that means all these liberal nutcases are going to want a civil war. And if Harris wins, we're not going to ride. And I mean, the conservatives are not going to ride in the streets because that's just not how they are. But she's going to run us right into World War III completely unprepared for it.
Hey, this is funny because what I'm seeing on my phone screen does not match what you have on this big screen up there.
Oh, it's not. That's AP and Fox for some reason are not aligned with each other. But contractual obligations make us have to use Fox News. So
I don't even know which ticker this is on my phone. I just Googled the election results.
Jennifer says, good for you, Max. I'm happy you still work with crystals. I'd love to have your personal stream. I lost you somewhere along the line. I'd like to reconnect. I need streams I can connect with like Harsh. So I'm happy to see him again, too.
Yeah.
I'll be totally honest. I really haven't been doing personal streams like that. Like I'll pop on here and there. I've actually underwent a whole career change. I'm no longer doing fast food. I work as an Amazon DSP driver. So,
Jennifer, if you want to catch him at least once a week, his page name is Unholy Tea, and he does a show every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, as for
speaking of every Monday, Scott, I need you on the 18th because I got to do that remotely.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, as for myself, it's been a while since I've been doing my own personal live streams. So I'm not doing shows with Scott. I'm usually not on the air anymore. But
no, not T is in the letter T. It's T is in the drink T. T-E-A.
Yeah.
There's definitely that, and then you can, if you want, you can follow my personal page, Tony Anderson. Kind of default. I'm crying. I just seen Hoey's comment. No, do not cash at me. Matter of fact, no. Leave my Cash App out of this. My Cash App is a person. My Cash App is personal. Cash App for commercial purposes.
Hoey wants to Cash App you. That's all it is, Max.
Man, listen. What you need, Hoey? Anything you need, I can get it.
He wants access to that unholy fans. That's what he wants.
No. My Cash App is like a pipeline.
Yeah.
See, look, Trump is gaining ground in Pennsylvania still. If he swings Pennsylvania, I'll actually be surprised. Because isn't Pennsylvania normally blue?
They were blue for a long time, yeah.
Traditionally they're blue.
Yeah, until 2016 they were blue. Yeah.
I'll give y'all some things that I actually were glad to see that this election brought along. Like, we know I don't fuck with this. We all know Max don't party with the politics.
Right.
But yesterday I had messaged one of the DJs I'm cool with that's up in the Michigan area, trying to get him to come out last night. And he was actually prepping for the day. I guess like a poll his way, basically, that put it to where they had a DJ out the whole time. So he got to be out like playing while people were going to cast their votes. So that was something kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still stand by fuck this vote.
Yeah. I remember, Max, you said it perfectly. If you still vote, then you the sellout.
So it's funny you brought that up.
Max voted for Kennedy.
That's funny you brought that up, Harsh, because I posted a stat like half an hour ago. Yeah. I'm building from the ground, root strong like timber while they playing catch up. Just follow the ticker. Y'all really a bunch of modern house niggas picking cotton for an I voted sticker.
Wow.
That was rough.
Max is just full of beeps tonight.
That's awesome. That's
I
classic.
said
Wow.
niggas. I said niggas with an AG. I didn't use the
Yeah, and
hard
there it goes
ER.
again. It's still an in type word, so it beeps every time you do that.
I got a pass. What are y'all talking about?
You have a
It's
pass,
not
but the rest
me.
of
Well, hey, Mr. Alphabet people, look at the complexion of the person saying it.
Oh my god.
I got the G pass. Quit playing with me.
Yeah.
Did you just say Mr. Alphabet people?
Yes, yes, he
Because
did.
I knew exactly.
Okay,
what
wait.
you
Which
was talking
alphabet people are you referring to? Because we don't want to offend the.
about. Okay, hold on. The alphabet people that's going to try and harass this man about what I said on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh,
see,
you're talking
the
about
FCC.
okay. Yeah, the FCC. Okay.
The one
They're still
Eminem-
alphabet people.
Yeah, it is technically. I mean, I didn't want to confront. I didn't want to offend any of the mentally disabled people we have in this country that can't figure out what they are from day to day. You know,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I was worried about. You know, I didn't want to offend those people.
If my daughter had a choice, she'd be a cat right now. I'm going to tell you that right now because right now she's also in the cat phase.
I mean, if you're a kid and you just love cats, that's one thing. But whenever you go to school and you demand a litter box to use the restroom in, you have
Oh,
problems.
she's not that deranged. She doesn't think that that you can do that. I don't let her think that you can do that. That you can just be like, I'm this today. No, she doesn't know that exists.
Hey, gentlemen,
Hold on. I got a sound effect for that.
this is a PSA for all the men out there. Instead of some gray sweatpants, rock the black ones and keep them guessing.
Hey,
It's the first thing Jackie went and was, hey,
Thank you.
you're not smoking crack on the show, are you? Oh, okay, never mind. I see what it was.
like,
My bad.
my camera's off, right? I'm rolling a joint, so I don't know why you would think that was crack. My camera's off.
No, I'm messing with Max.
Yeah.
You leave
Yeah,
the
Trump-
poor. You, that was very, very stereotype. You stereotyped him.
Yeah,
That was rude.
I do that to Max all the time.
I'm smoking dirty Sprite, and I got big gas.
All right, new election results. Trump just pulled up to 205 electoral votes, while Harris still has 117. So Trump has 65
Hey, no.
electoral votes left to go. And
This what I
this
gotta
is
say. For all of y'all people that voted, man, listen, y'all on the wrong train and the wrong track. Let me show y'all how to really get some money. Y'all like being pimped. Let me help y'all out.
oh, you're getting way too excited about this.
Yeah. Ho,
It's like-
that's why I want Hoey on.
If you voted, you like being pimped. Let me help you out. Let me help you help me.
But Hoey likes being a hoe, though. Hoey likes being a
Well,
hoe.
look, everybody that voted, what's up? I'm
Yeah.
trying to show y'all how to get some money.
Well, I
Y'all
mean,
on the
his
wrong
name
train,
is
the wrong
Hoey.
track.
Yeah, the book of Hoey.
Yeah, I mean, his name is Hoey, so, you know.
If-
I mean,
if-
and we've known Hoey. Like, are we really shocked that he's excited right now?
yeah, if we get
No,
to, if,
I'm
if
not.
we get to
I-
270, can we send Hoey the link? I need to see drunken Hoey at his at his peak.
Are we still going to be live that late? Oh, we're actually past time. Well, we don't have a schedule restriction tonight, so.
I'm
I
a
forgot.
dip out on you guys, so.
Yeah, we might as well send Hoey the link at this point. Let him celebrate or do whatever.
Ah, look, that lead is closing in Pennsylvania. Looks like Trump might accidentally swing PA.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if we get to 270 before this is over, we got to send Hoey the link to, we got to see the book of Hosef at his full peak.
I'm crying.
Can we get
Alcoholic
access to the
Hoey.
live footage of Trump's party if he wins?
I'm crying.
Believe
What do
me,
you-
believe me. We did
Here
it
comes
again.
Harsh's
bro.
Trump in.
Are we surprised? No.
Okay, hold on. We know who won the election already. We just have to find that right Simpsons episode. I mean,
Yeah, but I thought that was predicating the 2016 election, not the 2024 election.
I'm pretty sure it's in there. They predict everything.
Okay. So at the map I'm looking at right now, Oregon, Arizona, New Mexico, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Maine, Virginia. Oh, hold on, Pennsylvania just flipped. Virginia, North Carolina, and Georgia are all led by Trump.
Yeah, PA is neck and neck right now.
Should I switch us to the live Trump rally, the live Trump
No.
watch party at Mar-a-Lago?
Iowa.
No.
Iowa,
All right. I'm only asking because we're almost at the end. Is what I'm.
I thought we were. I thought
How are
we
we
were
almost at the
independent.
end?
He's already at 205.
According to the map I'm looking at, he's at 198.
I mean,
But Camelo only got 99 on that map.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see
Pennsylvania's neck and neck
what the
right now.
Canadians.
Now, this is a battleground state. I want y'all to remember that. If
Yeah.
he swings this one, he's more than likely going to win.
Canada's way behind. They're saying Trump only has 172 and Harris has 81.
No,
That's how far behind Canada is right now.
I'm looking at the AP map right now. The map I'm looking at is the AP map. They're saying Camelo is leading Michigan.
yeah.
Stop mispronouncing her name. She's going to get mad at you because she's a token black woman.
I don't care.
Yeah, Hindu
It's-
Hillary.
Black women
it's
been getting
Kamala.
hold on. I date white women. Black women been getting mad at me all their life. You think I
That is-
care?
Yeah, that is true. That is true with Max. And remember, Max is 25% white. So
Just say it.
yeah, man, Max has been
Oh
doing.
my
Say
God.
Yeah.
it. Scott probably over here red as crap right now.
Just sitting there laughing.
Well, I mean, Max.
Harris just lost the lead in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I mean, just now. Literally just now lost the lead in PA.
I have the watch party all queued up right now.
I'm crying.
I have it
Hindu
on.
Hillary.
Yeah, she is. I've been calling her that for years. Chloe, where you been?
Orange Man gets assassinated in The Simpsons. What happens then? World War III, obviously.
Well, Civil War plus you have the First Lady being a Hindu Indian because J.D. Vance would be president and she's married to
Oh,
a.
what's up, Hart? I see you in the comments. What's up, buddy?
What up, Hart?
That's who I was just referring to.
Yeah, I can't believe J.D. Vance married a Hindu. That's interesting. A Telugu speaking person of all things.
Well, I mean, you think about it. You know, most Indians, after they've been here a while, become millionaires because, you know, they exploit the hell out of white people.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
you know.
Hey, I
That's
can't
very
even make
true.
a joke. I can't even make a joke about the winning candidate better give us the weekend off because I already got the weekend off.
Actually, Trump's lead just increased to 50% over Harris's 49%.
Ooh, he's 1% ahead.
Now, well, I mean, the thing is just a few minutes ago, he was behind Harris.
Yeah.
Harris was leading him.
Oh, he was hitting it from the back.
I don't know if I'd want to hit that from the back. I mean, she's been passed around a good bit in Washington already, so.
And in
She's
California.
like a doorknob. Everybody got a turn.
I mean, pretty much. How you think she got where she is?
It
She
wasn't-
definitely didn't get there on merit.
No.
Crawling.
Willie Brown.
Yeah, on her knees. She walked all the way to the White House.
Willie Brown, Jerry Brown.
Hey, they
Um,
gonna cancel the crap out of us for that side.
What was the other
Good
talk
luck
show
with
host?
that.
Who's Montel
Montel.
Jordan. She dated Montel Jordan for a while.
Montel Williams.
Ew.
Montel Williams. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Montel
Ew.
Williams.
Yeah.
Ew.
She got around.
Montel
everywhere.
Williams. You don't like Montel?
She a ho
Yeah, yeah.
ho. She a stone cold ho.
Yeah.
That was Montel's side bitch.
Oh,
if you
she was
30
a side chick.
if you 37, you a side chick, you definitely a hoe. That's too old for that. I'm sorry. That's way too old.
Why we got Trump banging chicks that's like old enough to be his daughter? I mean,
No.
come on.
Yeah, that's true. We won't even get into the Stormy Daniels stuff.
Well, Trump still has the lead in Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, and now Pennsylvania. Trump's catching up to Harris in Michigan. Trump's leading in Wisconsin. He's also leading in Iowa. He's also leading in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's a shock. Just when was the last time Minnesota went red in an election?
It's been a long time. Very long time.
1972.
Yep. He's leading in New Mexico, and he's also even with Harris now in Arizona. Harris had him by a slight margin earlier.
Right.
Popular vote showing 41 million votes for Donald Trump and 36 million for Kamala Harris.
All right. Since Hoey can't tell time, let me explain that to you. The last time Minnesota went red, Tom Landry was coaching the Cowboys, and Roger Staubach was the star quarterback. That's how long.
Why did you have to mention? We try not to mention the Cowboys around here, okay?
Because Hoey, you know how Hoey is about those teams.
I'm just looking at these numbers though. These states that are going red, that's unusual. But it also goes to show you how much faith they've lost in the Democratic Party since Biden's been elected. Oh, obviously, because that's the largest state. They have the most electoral votes out of anyone. That California's always blue. It's always been blue for as long as I can remember. It's times like these I miss my parents because my mom would vote for whoever my dad voted for because she didn't know anything about politics. Damn boomers. Actually, look, Trump, Harsh, I'm sorry, not Trump, my bad. Harsh, the lead over Harris in Minnesota is kind of crazy right now. Oh, Jesus. So, what are you going to be doing on the eve of the Civil War?
Sipping my tea and watching the world burn.
Hoey says Harsh has the same comb over as Donald Trump.
That is true. I can confirm that, because he would not get a mohawk.
Where is Harsh Med? Did he have to get up to go pee? Harsh Med, you're being paid.
I think he's looking for a Simpsons episode.
Oh.
That's just an assumption.
Harsh is now Trump is now gained the lead over Harris in Pennsylvania by 2% now, Max.
2 whole percent.
2 whole percent. Virginia is looking neck and neck. North Carolina is leaning more towards Trump than anything. Miss Harris, maybe you should have broke out your old knee pads. You'd probably be doing better in the election right now.
I feel like the reason Trump is winning is because he was driving a garbage truck. I'm convinced that's the reason.
He was driving the garbage truck.
He drove a garbage truck around for this shit.
He worked at a McDonald's at one point.
That one was funny too.
I actually saw somebody was trying to sell Trump fries on on like eBay or something. It was like fries that were put together by Donald Trump, and he was trying to sell them for like $300.
294,019 people, 0.044% of the votes, thought that Jill Stein from the Green Party made a great presidential candidate.
Who?
Jill
I don't even know
Stein.
who that is. I didn't even know she existed.
I'm crying.
Who is Jill? What? Jill? What? What's her name?
It's Stein, Stein. She's a Green
Jill
Party.
Stein.
Stein.
Jill Stein, not Steen. That's a Jewish
Stein.
name. You got to get it right. Yeah.
Chase
Harsh loves
Oliver.
Jewish people.
Chase Oliver got 290,580 votes. Robert Kennedy only got 248,115 votes.
Those lovely
Harsh
split
loves Jewish
voters.
people. Do what? Jackie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on you.
Oh, they love those split voters. People that go out there to just distract the votes.
Well, Trump's lead is getting bigger over Harris in the popular vote. I mean, the election will be officially decided once we hit the 270 mark.
I'll be back.
Yuki. Oh, he says Facebook is lagging the stream over here terribly right now. Yeah, because we're not PC enough for them. Max didn't vote today.
That's all.
I'm gonna send you I voted sticker just so you can shut everybody up about it.
Heck no. So listen, I'm at work today, and this dude get to trying to start off at politics, and I just stopped him cold. Like, or no, this wasn't today. This was Sunday. I had everybody laughing because he get to trying to talk about America and the Russian fleet and yeah, and I'm just like, yo, what this is a man? Oh God, like listen, that's what it sounded like to me. Yeah. Like you saying a bunch of stuff that I've read on Facebook for the past 7 years. Like I don't care. Matter of fact, why do we care what another country's military does? America's a bully with a base in every country.
Wisconsin neck and neck. Michigan, Harris just now pulled ahead of Trump by a hair. Iowa looks like it's going to go to Trump.
I see Jackie's left.
No, she says she'll be back. Pennsylvania is actually leading more towards Trump now.
Yeah, it could end very soon.
While Harsh sits here and gets drunk while we're doing a live stream.
Hey, you know what? I got to get drunk with, you know what? If I was going to be on later tonight, I need to be at least in the tank. Just yell about it all week.
I'm crying.
I'm just saying, I mean, with the way this is going, it's only fair that Hoey comes on and starts ranting and raving and yelling and celebrating about all this. And
New Mexico and Arizona is leaning towards Harris.
I'm gonna get off here, guys.
Yeah, it'll be us.
All right, brother. We'll holler at you later, Max.
See you later,
you have
Max.
a good one.
Yeah, and for those of you, for those of you who wanted to follow Max, remember he is going to be doing more gigs live in the Midwest. So
hopefully, fingers crossed. Don't jinx me. Don't jinx me. Don't talk about nothing yet.
Yeah, within the next year. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hard Honer says Kamala is appointed to propagate that most men won't listen nor have a female leader, and that she as a woman shouldn't be trusted because she is truly incompetent, just like any other electoral candidate, period. And that is very much so true.
It is.
It's very much so true.
It's true to a point because I think she's more of a symbolism of that than anything else. Because with the way, not to get all MG Tao about this, but with the way things have gone lately, there's a lot. I mean, mean, I really don't want to play this card. I don't want to sound like one of those like those types, but you know, I mean, women are more empowered than ever, and everyone's more miserable than ever. So I don't know. I don't know.
I don't really think that's it, because
I'm just saying, like, things are messed up now compared to what they were 20, 30. No, things have always been messed up. We're just, but. Yeah, no, that is true, Hoey. Men have forgotten how to be men. And, that's very true, sadly. And a lot of that is this whole thing, and that's, yeah, I mean, men have forgotten how to be men, and women are trying to just, I don't know. Later, Max. Thanks, Harsh. I'll be catching you as much as I can. We do the shows. I still do the shows like this every so often. Now, I will say one thing. People do have to, what you call it? People have to take personal responsibility for their own stuff, too. That is very true. And yeah, right now, let's go back to the polls we have. All right. Yeah, it is looking like Harris may end up winning this whole thing. Not Harris, I mean Trump may end up winning this whole thing. So far. I don't know what happened to Scott, but no, I mean, no, it is sad though how people have forgotten to be people. I've had this conversation many times, and I've been told a lot of the time that it's not that women don't want to be submissive to a man, it's that they don't really find those types of men anymore, and that's very problematic. So you have that aspect. So you have that issue of the ass. That part is of the spectrum. But on the other side of the spectrum, you have it to where everyone thinks they're God's gift to the earth, and they don't have any sort of realistic standards. Now we're doing a show live. Jennifer, I guess I'm going. You know what, Jennifer? I'm going to do a redo of the live stream I did a year ago. I remember last year on Christmas Eve, I did a live stream about how people are delusional and how it's by design and it's causing a lot of chaos. Every woman in the dating pool thinks they're a 10, and almost every man thinks they're the alpha, the king alpha, and every child thinks and every child is conditioned by their parents to think they're a prodigy. So what happens? You have a society full of delusional people. And the sad part is all this is by design. It's not by just some, it's not just some mentality or anything else. It's all social engineering. And at the end of the day, that is the real issue we have to deal with. It's all social engineering. That's the problem. If it was just, okay, people are like this out of choice and free will, well, whatever, then, you get what you deserve. And hence the things I said yesterday about consenting to your own death and all that stuff. But if it's by other things, then that is very problematic. And that's why it says it's become social and unacceptable in settings today. And that is very chaotic. If you can't be yourself and you can't stick up for what's right. And you can't stick up for what's right or whatever, then yeah, that's going to be an issue. I mean, it's bad that like a lot of men have become straight up neutered from birth. And a lot of women have to take on more responsibility than they should. And that's why things have become like this. Yeah, part of it is, people have been conditioned to be delusional. But another part is some of the others. Part is some of the social conditioning. Part of it is internal, part of it is external. Because if you know what you're doing is wrong, if you know the situation that you've been brought up to is toxic and it's illogical and it makes no sense and it's not helping you, you should be able to try to break out of it. You should be working toward that. But if you're not doing that, then you're not really helping the cause. And I say this as someone, this isn't just like a one gender issue. This isn't just like about women or men. It's about everybody, Remember when it didn't take 2 working parents to raise children? Yeah. And I also remember the days, well, at least hearing about the days where
I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. And I do remember and I do remember when, when one of those jobs could just be like just a regular minimum wage job, and that would still be enough for 2 parents. That'd still be enough to, for an entire household. Jennifer says, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're saying. I'm so mad about it. You're right. People have forgotten how to be. I'd be interested in hear what you have to say in this past stream. I know. Jackie, I'm glad you're back because I remember doing a live stream about how people have become conditioned to be delusional. Whether it's men whether it's men thinking that they're the alpha male when they're not, or women thinking they're like a 10 when they're not, or children thinking they're prodigies because of their parents when they're not, And I did a live stream about that, and that's why you have so much toxicity in the world today compared to how it was in the past. Well, the world wasn't all that better, but things did make more sense to a point. I don't know, Jackie. What are your thoughts on all that?
Well, I think when we're building a world that's based around social media pretty much, and social media making the stars, well, of course, everybody's going to be delusional to that extreme. 90% of the time, that's what they've been taught that is required, which is why a social credit system is inevitable.
Yeah, that is true. Our guy Hart says, that was a complaint of a young lady we chatted with. It's hard to find a young, quote-unquote, man. They would rather play video games, can't even start a fire. That's absolutely true. Because I remember I've had this conversation with some of our mutual friends, and she would straight up tell me, look, Harsh, people do want to, like, women do want to submit to a man, but the problem is those men don't really exist. If I'm in a relationship with a man and she's and they're not doing anything for me, I will just destroy their lives based on the circumstance. I won't even try to do it.
It just happens. It's inevitable to happen, and even yeah.
No, that's exactly, yeah, it's true. So a lot of that is personal responsibility. Like, you can't just say, okay, well, the world's like this because women are empowered and delusional. No. That it's a multifaceted process.
Oh no, and when I say it, it's a blanket statement for society as a whole, because there's even quite a large chunk of men that are becoming that way too.
Yeah.
Like it's wild to see, but it's like you have all these like certain people, certain women or men that are completely independent, so the other person feels completely useless, mostly because they are.
Right. Well, and I also think no one really. I think everyone is just so full of themselves that nobody understands that. Like, they don't understand the concept. Would you rather be right or be happy anymore? Like, they don't ever understand the dilemma. They always
but there shouldn't be a point where you're driven to that, though. Like, you should be able to be right and be able to have that conversation. If you're going to be around that person, be it a friend, a relationship, like anybody, you're going to sit there and have a conversation with them. If you can't accept being wrong and still maintain a proper functioning relationship, then there's something seriously wrong with you.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying with the right or happy. It's like, look, would you rather try to claim that you're right or just learn that, hey, I got this wrong and I'm happy with how it turned out? See, there's two, but that goes to another point. Would you rather be the person who wants to be right or the person who wants to get it right? I'm the person who wants to get it right. I used to be the type who's like, oh, I want to be right. I want to be right about this at all costs. I don't care, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm the type who wants to get it right. That's why when, Scott goes on tirades about whatever, I'm just like, okay, well, if it makes sense, I'll just have a beer and listen.
Well, it comes down to the fact that you have to be like in the old ways of debates, you usually walked out of there with each party having learnt something. Like, you don't find people having those debates to learn something from each other anymore. It is just the pursuit of, yes, being right, or literally just the actual feeding off of the energy of the disagreement, because there's so many people that do just feed off of the energy that comes from disagreements, whether they're just hunting down to continuously be wrong and doubling down on it or trying to be right.
Right. And there's a difference. And when I mean being, and obviously that's different than troll because, like, there's a difference in like
It's
trolling.
in life.
And
I'm
wanting
not
to
even
be-
talking about trolling. I'm talking about life in general.
No, I know, but I'm just clarifying. It's like there's a difference in like someone wanting to be wrong just to start stuff and then just being a straight up troll. But it goes to the end of the like. I remember when I was in politics, and the thing I always loved when I was a hardcore leftist, I was debating people on the right. Is my mindset was always I either want to be right and and prove my point, or I want to learn. Like I want to learn like their thought process, how they debate, how they do this, how their tactics and all that. Because that's like in a way I used to use what do you call it? Like in a way for me it was like almost a cheat code. Like the more people on the right I could talk to, the better I could debate. That's how my mindset was. Whereas people that were on the same, politics as me back in the day, they didn't really seem to understand that concept until it was too late.
Well, and that's like even when I was involved in it, that more people were there because of two reasons, and it wasn't even for the actual protest or for any of the information that was being brought forth by all these people that were coming to speak and educate people. They were just there to either get their 10 minutes of fame on the internet by being there to record it and have it there, or they were there because they just wanted to argue with people. Like they didn't even have any factual balance. It's like you were sick and tired of fighting your husband at home and him not fighting back with you anymore. You want to come here and fight us? Like,
yeah, it's too much. It's even in like these quote unquote truther communities. There's too many people like I was like, I'm right. Listen to me, I'm right. It's like, no, that's not how that works. Like, and I look at you, it's like, look, if you were right about everything, you wouldn't be freeloading off of your significant other and freeloading off the government. Like that, I'm not anyway. The point being is I won't mention names of that, but I think some might know who I'm talking about. The point being, but that's so true though, because I remember even in politics, like there'd be people that would do it just because it was the cool thing to do, or to be popular, to make friends and all that. But that being said, it's like, yeah, even if that was a draw, right? The thing I learned, I had this thought yesterday, is like, you rally for a cause because you believe in the cause. But not only do you believe in the cause, you also believe in the cause you're rallying with, Like if you're volunteering for a political candidate, you're going door to door, you're phone bank or whatever. Even if you're not feeling your best, even if you're not at your best, even if you're not doing this, you want to give it your all, not necessarily for yourself, but for the people next to you, for the people you're working with. And I think a lot of that self-respect and self-sacrifice has gone out the window. Like when you go to these causes, not about just, oh, okay, look at me, this is what I'm doing. It's supposed to be like, how do I help the person next to me, do what they're doing they're good at. And I think a lot of that's gone away, whether it was me volunteering in political campaigns or me going to Flint, Michigan or doing finding out some of the stuff over there. It's just,
you got to think though, like everybody gets lazy about it. That they're like, if you compare today's protest to any of the successful protests in the past, what the actual goal was, it was a very forefront goal, and they did not entertain anything past that, and it was literally there to get the point across. Whereas now it's 9 times out of 10 it kind of gets out of hand. It turns into a party. Like I can't even deny that shit. Like some of these protests, they go out there, they're protesting, but like they're all fucking drunk.
Yeah, they're all either drunk or stoned. It's never, no one's ever just like in the middle. But it's ironic because back in the day, when it came to the old like way 1800s times, when people would get drunk, that's when they come up with that, or get stoned or whatever. That's when they'd be at a bar or wherever.
1800s.
That's when they come up with ideas on how to like be politically more active or whatever. And now it just doesn't seem to be the case anymore. But I do want to go back to the person next to you, because that's what it matters. Like when I was in Flint, Michigan, donating water, I wasn't doing it just because I'm doing that. I wanted to help the people, the people I was volunteering with as much as possible. I wanted to just, hey, let me help you with this, let me help you with that, and in turn everyone just help everyone else out too, because it's just, you wanted to bring people. It wasn't just about bringing people together; it was more helping the cause. But that I think the problem is, I think a lot of the time people don't really know when to have a microscopic point of view about things and a macroscopic point of view, you know? Because, I mean, when it comes to, like you said, activism and the cause and all that, I think a lot of the reasons in the old days they had that was because they didn't focus on themselves. They focused on helping.
Well, it's because they had actual issues to
Right.
fight about. Like some of the stuff that, you know, was causing some of these, it could have been rectified by not rolling over and playing dead per se. Like,
Right.
you know, like you could have got ahead of it beforehand, but being complacent and not giving a crap about what's going on around you. Now, all of a sudden that
Right.
it's hit a point, you're not even going about it the right way anymore. So like, I feel like predecessors were actually more active in understanding on what's going on around them as opposed to
Right.
what's going on inside of a box in their house.
No, that's true because, you know, there was that sort of community too in those days where it's like you knew like everybody, like if you lived in a neighborhood, you knew everybody up and down the block. You didn't know just, you know, the person next to you or the person across the street. You knew everybody. Like everybody knew everybody.
Exactly. So like what happened actually, you knew what was going on.
All right. And but I think a lot of it is the fact that people just want to be there just to be there. You know, even when I was doing live streams at certain events, I wasn't doing them just be like, hey guys, pay attention to the harsh reality. Look at what we're doing here. It's like, no, it was, hey guys, share this out. Get more people involved. Get more people to get going. Like that's what it was for me. It's just, like I said, I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but it wasn't just about like activism was great when activism was about was about people coming together and being selfless. Not what this all become now. You know, activism used to be about like just coming together for a cause and helping the person next to you. Like it didn't matter how bad you felt the night before. It didn't matter how hard you partied the night before. If it was at 7, 8 a.m., if it was like 6 or 7 a.m., you woke up and you're like, hey, I got to get to this spot. I don't care if I'm on 12 hours of sleep or 2 hours of sleep. I need to get there. And now it doesn't seem the same. You know, it's not the same anymore. You know, the whole concept was to be work hard and play hard, not just, hey, let's just play around the whole time and not give a fuck about the cause. That's just not how that goes. I don't know, maybe I'm sounding like the get off my lawn guy, but it just doesn't feel the way. You know, I like what Hart's saying. Hart says there's many ways to peel a potato. Let's just stick with that phrase. There's the proper and perfect way that is most efficient plus effective ways. If there's a way or the best way, that should be the goal of every impertinent topic. Agreed. And a lot of people also forget that.
Wait, who skins potatoes?
Peel a potato.
You're weird.
I said
Okay.
peel. No. But he said
you said skin a potato.
Yeah, then I'm like, skin a potato. It was a peel a potato.
I mean, potato skins do taste good when you fill them with cheese and bacon bits.
And why would you take the skin off of a potato anyway? That's like the healthiest part of the potato.
Because you eat it. You take the skin of the potato. You know what? I'm not even going to go over this with you.
Anyway.
No, I'm talking about like when you make mashed potatoes, you leave the skins on them, you know?
Right.
Depending on the potato you use.
Right. Probably says the potato do, yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I derailed the harshest thought process. My bad.
No, it's good. It's all rain delay. It's all Scott Delay Theater anyway. So they call it rain delay
What?
theater, but now it's Scott Delay because that's what we used to have on the shows. Like whenever a guest would have technical difficulties coming onto the show, I just go off on some tangent for half an hour about a cause I believed in, or some like bad actors, or some activism or whatnot. Let's read
my
some.
PC decided to freeze.
Yeah.
So
No, I like this. I like how he says, how's Bernie Sanders keep getting elected? Well, he's an operative, so that's how he got elected. He keeps getting elected. Hoey's trying to be humility Hoey. I'm wrong all the time. I'm wrong all the time, and I ought to apologize when I'm out of line. And he says, I'm not a troll. Not everything is about you, Joseph. Jeez.
We gotta stop taking forever to get to the comments.
2 seats
To
from
the what?
to the comments. 2 seats from the
Oh.
Senate majority. Fox showing the DNC live reaction. And when in better times, she says, yes, I was following you back then, Hart. Following back then. You were helping the cause, Hart. Focused on helping us. Yeah, it was a team effort, you know. And she says,
Okay.
yeah,
Don't skin the cats either, just like potatoes.
agreed.
In response to that, Hoey says Hart has went Haitian.
You know, and see, you know what I don't understand? Everyone talks about how horrible Clinton is. But yeah, when it comes to Haiti, all of a sudden everyone forgets what the Clinton Foundation did to Haiti. It's insane. Yeah. So Jennifer says, "So a girl about it. How individuals must take responsibility for themselves. I like sweep the world of toxic thoughts and behavior." Agreed. And she said, "Why can't we debate between one another?" Yes, both parties learn. Of course, absolutely. Yeah. All right. So let's see the live. Let's see. Scott, I'm gonna say one thing. That the closer we get to 270, the more likely we should. The more likely we may send Josef a
Words, come on. A link.
link to the show.
There you go.
Go. Because I'm taking my time because I know how Scott feels about it. Look at the
Today, Junior.
I'm not even paying attention to you right now.
Yeah.
What did you go ahead and say what you want to say?
I already said it. We're gonna send a link to Hoey for the post-game show, post-election show. So we're gonna.
I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, like it's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up.
I mean, he's only like 59 seats away.
Yeah.
Kamala still has a good way to go, but I mean, there's still California and all that crap.
I know.
And the other states that are battleground states are too close to call right now, which it does look like Trump is going to win Pennsylvania.
Believe me, it is absolutely wonderful. Believe me. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business, folks. Don't worry, Jackie. You're going to be one of the immigrants we allow back into this country. Believe me. You fit the type. You're a hard-working American at heart. Believe it, folks. Believe me.
I'm not getting up at 3 a.m. to dump my bag. Oh, that must be something else he's talking about. I'm sorry.
Harsh comment. No, I'm not going
God.
to remember the 3 a.m. bag dump last round. But the way this is going, it might happen at 10 p.m. instead of 3 a.m. The way this is going.
Yeah, it's getting slow. Well, I mean, we still have 4 more to close here at 11 or 10 Central Time. So in about 15 minutes, 4 more polls will close.
They're doing this. Yep, this is happening. I haven't got the live watch party from the Trump from Mar-a-Lago. I've got that streamed. I have that on standby for you too, Scott. So
Trump's leading Harris by roughly 5 million popular votes. Who cares? Who do you think's going to win, Harsh?
I'm looking at the watch parties, and while neither side seems all that excited, the people at the Harris party look like they're a mess. And plus, they want people rioting. So plus, like I said, they want liberals rioting. So I'm gonna say Trump.
Everybody at the Harris party looks depressed.
They do. They do not look. I'll even share it right now. They
Go
don't.
ahead.
This is what they look like right now. They look like death.
The other news places would be sharing. The other news places are sharing the parties too. So might as well.
Why did you take it down, Harsh?
Oh, I thought you said you were sharing it.
No, I said I'll put it up there for you because it didn't override mine.
All right, cool. Yeah. I'm muting the volume on that because I don't think that's necessary. But it's what it looks like right now. they're just like, ah, crap.
Yeah, they're just kind of milling around and stuff.
Yeah, for some reason, Harris is already at 226
Where?
on the Foxa thing. But I don't know. It doesn't really look
No,
like...
Harris is showing 117 on Fox.
Oh, not Fox. I mean, on their NBC things. Because I just think they presume that...
Yeah, on her map, she's already got California.
Yeah, California.
Oh, yeah. I mean, California, that's pretty much a given.
Yeah.
So those numbers brought her up.
These 4 states that I'm about to list off is going to be the ones that decided. I'm lying because I don't really know, but Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. In which case, Trump leads Harris in Pennsylvania. Harris has a very slim lead ahead of Trump in Virginia. Trump also leads Harris in North Carolina. And Trump also leads Harris in Georgia. Now, this is something that's interesting. Trump is leading Harris in Michigan.
Yeah.
Trump is also leading Harris in Wisconsin. And Trump has got a nice size lead over Harris in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Which, this is very interesting if you think about it. Because these states that I just listed off are traditionally blue states.
Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania have been, blue states for off and on the past 40 years. As for Georgia, that's been a blue. That's the last time that state was blue besides 2020 was 1992. So I don't know how blue of a state that really is. But
Trump's leading Harris in Arizona.
Well, Arizona.
Harris is leading Trump in New Mexico.
Well, Arizona's been a conservative state mostly. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I see CNN is putting up pretty much the same thing I'm seeing here on Fox.
All right, should I switch to the Trump watch party?
Yeah, this is depressing.
Yeah, this is kind of depressing. Everybody just kind of milling around like...
Yeah, then you got the Trump people clapping. And
everybody dancing, smiling.
I know.
Make America crap again. Or great again. I'm sorry. I misread it.
Well, there's a lot of standing around, too, because they're just like... There's a decent amount
of...
They don't want to jinx it, so...
Yeah, I mean, we still have 15 minutes before the last of the polls close.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donald Trump is maintaining his leads. So, I mean, it looks like he's going to pull a lot of these battleground states. Are they all paid? On both sides, yes.
Most of them, yes. Especially the ones that somehow have a major following and they have no talent and they have no discernible reputation, talent at all. They're just like, yeah, these are paid actors. So
Trump's still leading Harris in the popular vote, 48 million to 42 million.
Oh, look at her. She's taking a selfie.
Oh, that was so pretty. Get the hell out of here.
Right?
Yeah.
I really like the way our bug at the bottom of the screen lines up on this video feed, so it looks like we're broadcasting in tandem with PBS.
Hart said me meant the crowd. Yeah, us too. Some of them are actors. Crowd. I mean, we learned in 2016 from certain political campaigns that paid actors are a thing. Paid crowds are a thing. Like that's crowds on demand is a thing. Like I remember at the DNC.
Oh, we got another selfie taker.
Yeah, might as well. You know, they gotta boost they gotta give some for their Instagram audience, right? But I
There's a
remember,
new
you gotta put it
drinking
on
game.
TikTok.
yeah, yeah, I remember
There you-
Hoey asked, who is that gap grew? Who's the last Republican to win the popular vote? That would be Bush Sr. back in '88.
Right. Right.
Yeah, Bush Sr. in 1988.
Bush Sr. was the last one to win the popular vote.
And fun fact, he was also the last one to win Illinois, New York, California, and and I think he won Oregon and Washington too that year. 1988 was a wild year, apparently.
Yeah, I see Kamala Harris is already calling states that are undecided.
Well, they got to do something to feel good about themselves.
Yeah,
It's just funny to me.
it is. All right, so shall we stay on this watch party? Go back to the map. Go back to the depressing.
It's up to you.
Party.
Whatever you want to do. You want to go to the
This is
the
your
Kamala
ship.
Harris one, or
Yeah, they're just
so we can
standing
watch
there.
everybody just sit
Yeah.
there and cry, or
Yeah.
I mean,
these
tears are
people have
great.
smiles on their faces.
Yeah, they're actually happy.
Yeah, these people are happy. The ones in Kamala's group just look like they wanted to go kick puppies or something.
Well, to be fair, I mean, a lot of them over even at the Harris thing are paid actors too. Because I remember in 2016 when nobody was really excited about Hillary Clinton becoming the nominee, they had to basically pay people to go to the
More
convention
selfies.
to be happy. So, and I remember this because I ran into one of the actors because I somehow got a floor pass from a Clinton delegate who was also like a diehard like Chicago sports fan. I'm like, dude, I don't even care about it. I just want to be on the same, or be on the same floor as when Kane scored the game-winning goal. It's like, oh, you want a floor pass? Really? Yeah, I'm not gonna. My buddy's not gonna make it. You should come. I'm like, all right, cool. So then, as I go there, all of a sudden I run into this like weird, douchey-looking like frat boy type who claimed to be like an apathetic Hillary supporter. Like, hey man, let me know when you're going to leave early so I can take your floor pass. I'm like, all right, cool. I texted him telling I was leaving early, and he never got back to me. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm keeping it for guess that's somewhere stuck in a DNC bag from 2016. I don't even know where it is.
No,
Yeah.
we can't do that.
Hoey, the closest thing we'll do to that is having you come on the show celebrating. That's it.
Let's see. Let me do some quick math right here. I'm trying to do math and my phone started smoking.
Yeah, if Trump is already at 215 and there's still and it looks like he's about to win Pennsylvania, Georgia.
He's still at 211.
No, okay. Well, I always said 215, so I don't know. But either way, if he's in line to win these 4 states out east, that's it. That's the presidency.
Well, I mean, it looks like he's going to win Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We'll
So
go back
if
to
that's
the
the
map.
case,
He's
if
in
that's
line
the case, that's hang on a second.
It's done. He's in line to win Minnesota.
That's going to give him. I mean, he's got the lead in all of those states that I just mentioned. That's going to put him at 297 electoral votes.
Yeah, that's the game. That's it.
So it doesn't really matter what the West does at that point.
No.
And like I said, currently in Georgia, he's at 51%.
Right.
North Carolina, 50%. He's got the lead over Harris in both of those. Virginia, he has lost his lead against Harris, but I didn't count that one. Pennsylvania, he's leading Harris. Michigan, he's also leading Harris. Wisconsin, he's leading Harris.
Yeah.
And Minnesota, he's leading Harris. If he grabs all of those states that I just mentioned, that's going to put him at 296 seats.
Right. But I mean, But the way this is going, he might not even. I mean, he's leading Minnesota.
Yes,
that's
and he's
what?
actually leading Minnesota by a large margin.
Yeah. If he's leading Minnesota,
61% to 36.
yeah. With that's only like 10% reported, but still, that's
Still.
221. If he's leading Pennsylvania, that's 240. That's 256. If he hangs on for Georgia, he hangs on for North Carolina. That's 270. That's it. He's the president.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I can see why everybody in his camp is a little bit happier. They're all holding up phones and dancing and smiling and laughing, taking selfies, which Jackie suggested earlier that it's a new drinking game, which I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah. Look, yeah. Especially if Holy plays.
You should have seen the one
Every
clown
time-
chick running at the screen. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, they're all.
I missed that because I was looking at the map, but we are also the Republicans are 2 seats away from gaining the Senate. The House, they still lead the Democrats 149 to 96.
Should I play the sound with this or just leave it on mute?
Leave it on mute.
muted.
Okay, I feel the same way. The way this is going, yeah, Hoey.
Hoey, you might get your wish, buddy.
Yeah. I'm sending the link to Hoey. If he gets to 256, I got to send the link to Hoey.
New numbers: Trump, Vance 212, Harris 119.
Yeah. As a so-called Canadian, what do other Americans think of Pennsylvania? Well, I hate driving through the state, and I think it's a very weird state. It really is, because on one hand you got like Eastern PA, where it's like the hood and also Pennsylvania Dutch, but then you also got Western PA where they just sound like a bunch of yins, or like Stelton, like, you know, they sound very more country. And Pittsburgh is whatever. And then you got State College. There's really 3 different states. I think it's a weird state.
That extra electoral vote came from Maine, and it's their one swing vote.
Yeah, I will say one thing. I hate driving through that state. I remember one time when I was with my family. We were driving from Chicago to New York to visit other relatives. And I volunteered to drive all the way from Chicago to Western PA. The minute we entered Pennsylvania, I'm like, I do not want to drive anymore. I'm going to sleep. It was that bad. Because like in Indiana and Ohio, you could drive at like 80, 85 miles an hour, no big deal. The minute you get to PA, the minute you cross that Ohio Turnpike, you get to PA, all of a sudden everything is just slammed shut. Like, you're fortunate if you go at 55. Able to go this 55 miles an hour. But I mean, if you're into the scenery, then yeah, obviously the mountains and all that are beautiful and the trees are beautiful, but that's about it. Look at Hoey, depressed Dallas Cowboy fan. Heart says Eagles. That's all I think about Pennsylvania. Oh man, Hoey. How does it feel knowing that your team is one of the worst in the NFL? I think Hoey needs Trump to be president more than anyone I know. Because, I mean, think about it. All his teams are losing. And social media is really not going that well for him. So if he doesn't have Trump as president, he's gonna go insane. He's gonna go insane. I don't know, Jackie. What are your thoughts?
I don't have many thoughts on it, to be frankly honest. I
mean, it's still very, very close race in a lot of these states.
I mean, I know I very clearly Trump is going to win it. I
mean, I really do believe it's still early to call. I mean, Trump does have a huge lead over Kamala as far as electoral seats and as far as the popular vote. I mean, he's way ahead of her right now. But that still really doesn't mean much
I hate to
until
say
all of certain counties with the most populations in those states get counted.
Yeah.
he did
So-
it. He did it the smart way. That's the only reason and that's why, you know, he's wound up winning when he's done this, is because he has done it the smart way, the same way freaking dipshit got in office here. It is winning it through social media. Really, at the end of the day, that guy wins on all aspects. He like no other person has gone out there and has made the like in your face, like, I am here. This is what you got. And it was said perfectly the other time by a couple other people too. It's like if you kind of start looking at it,
Yeah.
he's he's been impeached, he's been arrested, he's been shot. Like
Right.
he
No, that-
really he nailed everything he could, and he just got Twitter on his side.
No, that is true. But I've also noticed that within the last like decade or so, we've gone from the the diplomatic, being understated type politician winning to the more aggressive, in your face, with their populist, populist politician winning. That's what I've also noticed too. Because I mean, Trump's not the only guy winning like this. There, even in like Europe and all that, a lot of them are having that same Trump energy right now.
No, and that's how it's been working. Like that's like Trudeau wound up winning most of his votes because he was like a huge Instagram model. Like 90% of the girls that voted for him, you ask them why they voted for him back then, they're gonna be like, he was hot.
Arizona, Trump just pulled ahead of Harris by a few points.
That's why I say it was a smart move. Like it's not like
No,
in any means saying like, one way or the other, but it's just like that's a wise move.
it is. But I remember in 2016, the thing that made Trump so appealing was he was listening to the causes of the people compared to his opponent. Like there were people I knew of people that went from Bernie to Trump because Trump's this, that, and the third, but he's at least listening to us. Whereas Clinton is just being there.
All right, new numbers. Harris 173, Trump 216. California, Oregon, and Washington has been called for Harris. Idaho, Trump.
Yeah,
So this is getting close.
Yeah, the way this election's going, it may be called by 11 Central.
Possible.
Howie says, what makes you think I'm not insane? I know you're insane, but that's not the point. If you weren't insane, you wouldn't be watching us, right? He says, no, it's not clear. This takes forever. It's not The Voice. Well, I mean, usually, but I don't remember the election results to being this decisively displayed in about at least since 2016. I'd say 2012 or 2008. So,
I just said that. If you were listening to the show, you would have heard me say that.
well, it's good for our more auditory challenge.
I'm glad he's finally catching up.
Yeah.
Trump's only now 59 electoral votes away from gaining the presidency. He still has a massive lead ahead Harris as far as the popular vote. We are still looking very closely at Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, Minnesota, Trump actually has a pretty large lead ahead of Harris in Minnesota. We're looking at 60% to 37%. Trump leads Harris in Wisconsin, 50% to 48%. Michigan, 51% to 47%. Pennsylvania, which is a battleground state, 50% to 48%. Virginia, 49 to 48%, Harris. North Carolina, 50 to 48%, Trump. Georgia, 51% to 48%. His lead has actually increased in Georgia.
Yeah,
That's with 90% of the precincts reporting in. New Mexico shows Harris leading Trump, 52 to 45%. Arizona, Trump, narrow margin, 49.66% to 49.53%. So we'll see as they start reporting.
This is yeah, I mean all right, let's read what Hart Honer has to say. I feel more intelligent when I read his comments. Hart says the guy grabs women in the nether region when he meets them. Is that cause of another agenda? Well, that's more of a cause of a past agenda, really. But is that even so? Is that presidential material? Well, I remember having this conversation with people we know of, and
I've never heard of him actually doing that. It was a statement he made.
Grab her by the pussy.
yeah, but the thing
Yeah.
is, though, it's like think about every president we've had. None of those people you could consider to be really presidential. When if you really knew what they were doing in office, you would actually consider to be presidential material. And the people that would actually be considered presidential material are the ones who would never, ever, ever want to run for office in the first place. So, I mean, it's really just the system being the system. That's all that is, you know. So, I mean, the thing I will say one thing. The thing I do like about Trump is that his presence in office does remove the veneer, the fake artificial veneer of the presidency.
It does.
You know,
It does.
Like the way people romanticize the Bushes and the Clintons is gross. It really is. You know.
Especially after what Bill Clinton did while he was in office.
Right. You know,
I mean, Monica Lewinsky.
I think that and Paula Jones, and even before that with Paula Jones and Juanita Broderick and some of them too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good Lord, look at the news cameras over there at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. This is like, honestly, I kind of want to
Look, another selfie, Jackie.
Yep. Well, I've been watching.
But the way this is going, I might want to switch the feed to the Harris watch party if people start crying over there. Especially if people start crying over there, I want to kind of see that.
Count still at 193 to 216. Donald Trump leading Harris in the popular vote, 51,501,192 votes to Harris's 45,495,072 votes.
I can't believe Trump is winning Minnesota. That's insane.
Let's see, Minnesota, he still has a massive lead over Harris, 60% over 37. He's got a nice size lead in Wisconsin. He's got a nice size lead in Michigan.
Yeah,
he's got a very nice size lead in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Minnesota's been a very strong liberal ground for 50-something years. So for Trump to be winning Minnesota, that's just. Yeah, I mean, the way this election's going, we're going to probably find out by 11. So we're probably going to find out by 11 Central.
I don't know. I mean, well, 90% of the precincts are, 88%, I'm sorry, of the precincts are reporting in Georgia right now. 86% of the precincts in North Carolina. 74% of the precincts in Virginia. Now, Virginia, there's still an opportunity for him to swing it because a lot of the larger counties are not reporting yet. 71% reporting in Pennsylvania. 28% reporting in Michigan. 61% reporting in Wisconsin. 11% reporting in Minnesota. 66% reporting in New Mexico. 49% in Arizona. Oregon is the only one that has actual reports in, and it's at 45%. California and Washington hasn't reported anything yet. So, yeah, they went blue because that's what they traditionally do, obviously. You never know what might happen. Who's shocked?
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
Me either.
Who's shocked?
I don't know. He said, "Why you shocked?"
Oh, I was talking about Minnesota. That's the shock. Everything else is like.
Oh
shock.
yeah. I mean, yeah, because Minnesota's traditionally blue. Nebraska hasn't been fully decided. There's one electoral vote that hasn't voted yet. The one, the one up for grabs in Maine went to Trump. That was kind of funny. Alaska and Hawaii, neither one of those are reporting.
What's going on?
I mean, this is insane. But not really. It makes sense. I've also noticed Trump's crowd looks a lot more diverse than it did 8 years ago.
Yeah, it does.
All right, Jennifer says, "Thanks, guys. Better go. Hope to hear from you again soon. Don't be a stranger. I like this show. I'll continue to tune in." Thank you, Jennifer. Love you. Bye.
Did you just tell somebody that you love them?
Sadly,
Oh
Harsh
my!
has a heart.
I know. I'm not completely evil. I'm only evil to evil people. Anyway, Holy says Ohio State went red. Ohio Senate seat went red. Yeah, I do have a heart sometimes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Yeah, Hart is right, though. He might be the lesser evil between the two. Either way, it's pro-Zionist genocide and the humans of modern-day Palestine. Agreed. Yeah. The only community he brown knows is more than the Indian community is, the Israeli community. I'll just say that. Leave that alone for now. Let's see the other campaign right now. The Harris campaign. They're trying to wave flags, trying to make them feel special.
Is that? Oh, I thought you switched the feed. I'm not looking up in my screen.
No, I haven't switched the feed yet, but yeah, it's the Harris Watch Party. They're just. I mean, not that I really care about this, but what do you think happens if Harris loses? Do you think she tries to run for the Senate? Do you think she tries to run for governor? What do you think happens to her?
She's going to find the nearest desk to get under.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
After she finds that desk and she gets under.
Oh,
That's
my bad.
She's already got that desk picked out. That's true.
Yeah, we all know she's gonna do that at least,
Right.
I mean, that's probably going to happen after she announces what she wants to do. I mean, she's got to get that desk ready because she's got to, grease those palms one way or the other, or grease something else, or replace the word grease with lube. Either way, but
He's got this down here. Okay, I got a good question for you. So how would this work if if they impeach Biden and she becomes president? If she loses the election, we know she goes out. But if she wins the election, does that mean she 2 terms out since she technically became president before the election?
She would no. She'd still have an extra term to run for president.
Okay. I was just asking.
Yeah, because the thing is, if she took over for Biden's term before January 20th, 2023, then it would have counted toward a full term. But if that were to happen, after November, 2024, then no, it's not even a term. It's just a month. The most the president can actually serve is 10 years consecutively. So 10 years period, really. So.
Come on, Hoey. Who's going to win? Tell me. It's a close race. You got to know. You already know. I know you know.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sending Hoey the link. I'm sorry. I gotta send him the link.
Oh, he's not even going to join.
Yeah,
No, he probably won't.
he's too happy to join. He doesn't want to, like, I don't want to be around these miserable people. Let me be happy.
Oh, he's out in his backyard doing coke, barbecuing right now. Leave him alone.
Coke, doing barbecuing, getting white.
Drinking. Hoey says Donald J. Trump is going to win the election.
Wow, you say his whole name, huh?
Yeah. Donald J. Trump. Jonathan Trump.
What the hell
Is that actually his name, Donald Jonathan?
It's Donald John Trump.
Donald John Trump.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Sorry, I was just delivered a nice ice cream cone.
I gotta.
Hey, the crinkling.
Yeah. How come Scott? You never? No, we won't go. We won't say that tonight.
How come I don't what?
How come you don't go by your full name?
I do.
Okay.
I go by with the full name that's on my birth certificate, which is Scott Ryan Saunier.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to enjoy my chocolate ice cream cone, if you don't mind, sir.
No problem. Cheers.
Absolutely, this is great. Cheers.
He says, insert the 37 names Harsh made up for Scooter.
Yeah, really.
I only made up like 2. Scott
Yeah,
had-
but you put them all together, you make me sound like
yeah, Scott Ryan.
I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah. Scott Ryan Christopher Nicholas Saunier.
And that's not my name.
Right. But those 2 names were related to your life at some point. So.
No.
Yes.
I'm a Christian Catholic, so
Right. So Christopher was your Catholic.
Scott and Ryan is neither one of those are saint names, and you have to have a saint name, because Catholics are retarded.
Right.
So it's Christopher as my baptismal name.
But I'm surprised like Ryan isn't considered a saint name because that's a very Catholic name.
No, it's not.
Lots
That's an
of
Irish name.
Yeah, I know, but most Irish are Catholic.
Check out that guy.
Yeah.
So Trump has the Viking vote.
He says Donald J. Trump. I'm Trump since 2016. That's it. I thought he would have been Trump since 2015. That's when he announced his campaign for.
Who's burned the couch lately? That would be whoever John James is staying with.
Is he still alive?
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't think he is. I haven't heard or seen anything of him in like
He's
over a year.
I think he's alive still.
Maybe he's staying with that weirdo and his quote unquote protege in Cincinnati. Yeah, John James Jr. So you're just like bad and worthless. You're just not obese. That's cool. I'm a great secretary, damn it. I have skills. I know how to run away.
Yeah, Canada basically accepted a dictatorship.
And we are at. Okay.
This show's been running for 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Yeah, and you don't feel like going to sleep. I'm impressed.
StreamYard is telling me 2 hours and 14.
2 hour, yeah, 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Oh yeah, we started late because Harsh was late as usual.
Hey, you know what? Saved you an extra few minutes, okay? So be grateful. Now the point being is, I've never seen Scott this energetic in a long time.
I'm not energetic. I'm very well adapt to pretending.
Yeah, but this is better than you like crapping out after every hour. Like,
I've been in this damn office almost all day.
I know. That's a good
I
thing.
finally had to turn the landline off here for a while because it wouldn't shut up.
This is great. This is going to be so entertaining. The only thing I would advise is for everyone to avoid the major cities for the next week or two. I would advise.
Has there been any reports of like pallets of bricks dropped off anywhere yet?
No, not yet. But
Not yet.
I was talking with someone out here. I was talking with someone out here, like one a friend of a friend, and we were joking about like how this election cycle is going to be so crazy that the crazy hundred, so insane that the crazy hundreds may be the safest place to be in Chicago. And we know about how we know how the crazy hundreds work in Chicago. That's the hood of the hood, like that makes, yeah.
Every time I see Kamala win a state on the ticker, I want to throw an empty beer can at the TV.
It's really funny because Scott has to keep correcting himself as he says her name because he keeps trying to say it Harsh's way.
Kamala.
I'm trying to pronounce it correctly, okay? I'm sorry.
Kamala.
Kamala.
Kamalot.
Yeah, Kamalat. Kamala. Hindu Hillary. God.
Cackles. Cackles Harris.
Hindu Hill. I remember calling her that in like 2017, and everyone got so upset at me for that. I'm like, that's what she is.
Harris and Cankles.
Yeah.
I am not calling Trump the Don. I'm sorry. I just, no.
There's a rapper out there that calls himself Trump the Don and uses Trump's voice to make rap songs.
Jesus. I mean, our entire country is so much of a freaking joke right now. It's not even funny.
It really is. But that's what makes this country so entertaining. Yeah, crazy hundreds may be the safest place in Chicago with the way these elections are going. the hood of the hood may be the safest place in Chicago.
It's on YouTube Music, Hoey. I sent it to
Get
you
off
once.
SoundCloud, Jackie. That's awesome. Jackie loves her
the absolute project type project of the projects.
Yeah, they're gonna be safe compared to like downtown Chicago compared to the Magnificent Mile in the next few weeks, probably with the way these people are gonna riot.
Well, I mean, look at Minnesota. Is Minneapolis? I mean, is there anything left for them to burn there, or did they do all of that during the Black Lives Matter riots?
I think there may be some places to burn. Although, if you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, you may just burn down their new stadium anyway because they won't win. So,
I'm gonna tell Olivia you said that.
oh well.
You know she's a Vikings fan.
I know,
right?
that's why I said that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who is?
Why are you gonna say something about somebody that's not even in the room with me?
I'm gonna send her a nice Vikings jersey this Christmas.
She would appreciate it, honestly.
Yeah. She might not like the lettering on the back, but
Oh, don't do that to her. I absolutely hate that man.
I hate that man. Why does he keep trolling me about that? I'm like, you cheer for a team I can't stand. What do you expect? What do you expect? I don't know. That is true. I still have to, speaking of Minnesota fans, I may have to troll Brent at some point about that. Oh, he says, I'm going to tell Chicago fans Harsh buy Minnesota gear. Oh, they'd appreciate it once they see the jersey I buy.
Are you trying to get killed this year, or?
Nah. After the Hail Mary play, I think most Bears fans just stopped giving a. Like, I think there's just. I think more Bears fans are riding at that about Matt Eberflus being head coach than anything I say this year. So I'm telling you,
You can talk as much crap about any other team as you want, but the backyard is what's bad.
No, I mean it's bad. I mean it's bad here out here. They're like, fire Eberflus, he's an idiot. What's wrong with the Bears? Why are they so poorly coached? Why are you saving your timeouts at the end? What is wrong with you? Why are you doing this?
I mean the Saints did fire their head coach a few days ago.
The Saints have a built-in excuse. Like,
yeah, they're built-in excuses. They're in Louisiana. Of course they're retarded.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but they're built-in.
I will. I live here.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they're built-in excuses. They're the third best team in that division at full strength. Everyone's at full strength. They're the third best team in their division. It's like, yeah, who cares? I mean, what's the Bears' excuse for losing games to like mediocre teams? Not really.
Senate now one seat away from being a Republican-led Senate. House race 164 to 109. Republicans leading. Trump is still holding on to his lead in Georgia, 51% to 48%. 50% to 48%. Trump in North Carolina. Trump 48% to Harris is 50% in Virginia. Trump still leading Harris in Pennsylvania, 51% to 47%. Michigan, Trump 52, Harris 45. Wisconsin, Trump 50, Harris 47. And Minnesota 61, Harris is 36%. That is really strange to me. That he has that massive of a lead in Minnesota.
Like I know that's what I've been saying. That's history. Well, maybe Minnesotans feel that if Trump wins their state, maybe they'll have it go to the Super Bowl again.
That's just painful, Harsh.
I'm just
That's
saying.
just wrong.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You know, I'm gonna go back and screen record this section and send it to Olivia.
Please do. Please do, and also tell her that I'll tell her that Gary Anderson is my favorite Minnesota Vikings kicker. So tell her that too. Yeah.
Can't wait for the day she kills you.
Yeah,
Polls have closed in all but 2 states.
Yep. Alaska and Hawaii.
Well, I mean, that's only 7 electoral votes.
God.
That would be funny if that, if like everything went to that point and that was the 2 states that decided to vote.
I will say one thing. When I used to be an electoral judge, like working at the elections themselves, the 2 longest days of your life are election day and the day before election day. Because the day before election day, you got to set up everything, got to make sure everything is running perfectly. And then when election day comes, you're there for like 13, 14 hours.
So what do you think if Trump gets there elected? What do you think? You think he's going to start the Keystone Pipeline back up?
He probably will. Like knowing how Trump's mindset is, he'll probably try to do what he did in 2017, 18, and 19. The issue I have with someone like Trump is everyone forgets 2020 happened under his watch. Under his presidency. It didn't happen under Biden's. That's the only issue. That's the main issue I have with a guy like him. It's like, he may end up being the false hope that America, that also brings down America. Because everyone is looking at Trump as the guy.
DC went to America. Yeah, DC went to Harris.
Yeah.
I mean, by a landslide. She got like 92% of the vote. Harsh is 1028 and nothing's changed yet.
No.
Please advise, sir.
Eat another cone of ice cream.
No, one's enough.
Yeah. Eat another cone of ice cream. Maybe get Jackie on camera. Probably send a link to Hoey to energize anyone that's still on this panel.
No.
Dude, it's 9:30.
It's only 9:30 Jackie time. It's getting late. It's like
No, but
old man time.
Election time can go crazy because, like Hoey said, it's probably going to be called to right away. So I remember usually elections they don't get called until 12:31 a.m.
I mean, the gap in the popular vote is astronomical right now. I mean, Trump is leading Harris by a huge margin in the popular vote.
You know what? I know what to get Olivia for Christmas.
Oh my God. Harsh.
I won't say. I'm not going to tell y'all now. No.
Of course, Oregon, Washington, and California has got to count their votes faster than any other state.
Actually, on second thought, I don't know if I'm going to do that. That's very expensive.
Olivia's
So
worth
she's not
every
worth it?
dime.
She's not worth it now? Is that what you're saying, Harsh?
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, I'm not in a relationship with her. You are, sir.
I mean, God, you sounded like a politician just now.
I'm just saying, I'm not in a relationship with her. You are. That's what I'm saying.
What kind of movement? That would be a bowel movement.
I mean, some of them have
Megas.
some dance moves, I guess, kind of.
I'm gonna need to see the DMs now, Harsh. That was I will send you something in the DMs, Hoey, later.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Not like that. Anyway.
Oh.
You're the one that said it that way, Harsh.
I know.
It really came out very,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hoey, you want to see this big old Indian peen, don't you?
Oh God.
Let's see. Still, Trump has the lead in Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. Well, actually, Minnesota just flipped. Minnesota now has Harris leading Trump 55% to 42%. So Minnesota's still up in the air. Virginia is Harris is still leading Trump 50 to 48%. Arizona, Trump leads Harris by a very, very thin margin. New Mexico, 51% to 46%. Nevada, nothing reported.
Those rice hats make me laugh.
Why are they wearing rice hats?
Because
that
apparently
Asian
Trump
vote?
sold rice to China.
And that's what Hoey keeps telling everybody.
Well, I mean, Hoey, it's the East Coast. That should be self-explanatory. They're not smart enough to count that fast.
Hoey, Mr. Redundant.
especially in like places like Georgia.
In Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they got to count with their fingers.
Everyone says about Ohio being the Florida of the North, but everyone forgets that Pennsylvania's the Florida of the East Coast.
And Ohio's next door neighbors is to northern Florida.
Right. And then Arizona is basically the Florida of the West.
Yep, Minnesota's still flipped. Let's see. See full results. Let's see what that button does. People like James live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
I mean, that guy that tried to shoot at Trump kind of looked at like James. So, that's fair. Harsh
really
must
is.
have had to go pee again.
No, I'm still here, just moving things around. Gonna get me something to eat or something. I don't know. Maybe more beer too.
More beer. You don't need more beer.
Well, if I got to deal with you jackals.
I'm about ready to call it quits for tonight.
Right?
I'm tired. I'm old.
Yeah, we
Damn
may have a post game show this today. But
Yeah, let's call it down. Let's shut it down.
Shut down.
I'm tired.
If I'm tired, yeah. If we still want to do a show later. All right, and we thank you all for joining us on this special election edition of TSA Radio. For those of you who want to watch, stay on afterwards. Let us know. If not, well, who cares? Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your beautiful, beautiful Tuesday night.
Get closer to the mic, Harsh.
Beautiful for us people that are right leaning, not so beautiful for the ones that are left leaning, apparently. Okay, take care. Have a great rest of your beautiful Tuesday night. I got to wear shorts today. I don't care about